On the flat out driveway this week, we've got arguably one of the coolest vehicles in the world. You don't need a helmet, you don't need a driver's license, you don't need a petrol station. It's got pedals and it looks like an old school chopper. Okay, so I'm here with Graham from Rayvolt UK, who's going to talk to me a little bit about the Cruzer. So, Graham, what makes this bike so unique?
The bike's uniqueness really comes from the fact that it's been designed ground up as an e-bike. It's not a modified bicycle which has had an electric motor attached to it. So these bikes have been designed by a bunch of very bright people who had a vision, and their vision was to provide customers with something different. Something which is unique, has a bit of yesterday's charm, but offers tomorrow's technology, giving you a today's solution. We have centrally located and quite low for gravity purposes, a rather large 21 amp hour dual battery, lithium ion, extremely high quality, and with electronic switch off facilities during charge. Now that's really important because it's a great safety feature for the bike. Most importantly, the bike is driven by a brushless technology motor which is mounted in the hub of the wheel. Again, a great feature because you're not putting any torque pressures through the chain on the central crank. All your power is directed through to the back and it's driven straight onto the rubber.
You know, people might be used to e-bikes here in the UK where you pedal and you get assistance up to a certain speed, but the Cruzer is slightly different, isn't it? You can access more power if you want to. Can you talk me through how you kind of do that?
Certainly. There's two parts to this conversation. First of all, this bike is absolutely UK road legal.
Sure.
In other words, all the regulations and specifications as laid down by the law, this bike adheres to. But the clever part comes in such that you have access to an app, and the app comes as part of the bike, and it's uniquely connected to your bike, because each bike has its own unique Bluetooth sensor. So what that does is it gives you the opportunity of selecting UK street legal requirements. So when you're out on the road, it's going to restrict the bike to exactly what the law requires it to do. However, you also have the opportunity, when you're not on any UK road, to choose a, should we say, desensitized bike, and that gives you unlimited power, transfer through to the back wheel. However, I stress, this is for off-road only.
So I'll have to admit now that I fell in love with the Rayvolt Cruzer as soon as I clapped eyes on it. I mean, just look at it, it's absolutely brilliant. But just spent the day cruising around and it is so much more fun than I first imagined. The fact that this gets around the e-bike and the pedelec laws and stipulations about only assisting you up to 15-20 miles an hour is amazing. You've got this little trigger here. As soon as you thumb that bad boy and stick it in off-road mode, you're cruising at 30-35, and it's just like nothing else out there, the experience riding this. And you know, $4.5 grand is a lot of money to ask for a bicycle with a battery and electric motor in it, but I would pay that just for the amount of attention this thing gets. And I've had other motorcycles that haven't had this much attention. It's just awesome.